Lemon meringue pie is my mom's favorite all-time dessert. I'm making one for her birthday and wanted to share it with you. If you're new here, I'm Christine, and today I'm preparing a variation of the classic lemon meringue pie recipe from Sally's Baking Addiction. It's the only lemon meringue pie recipe I use these days, so let me share with you the easy steps in making this dreamy pie. First, I'm going to make our pie crust, and I'm starting off with 1 stick of chilled butter chopped up into little pieces in my food processor. I'm adding 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Blend this together. And now I'm adding 1/4 cup of ice water. Believe it or not, adding that cold water actually makes the dough thicken up. I'm transferring the dough onto a lightly floured piece of wax paper, and we're going to chill this in the fridge. This really results in a nice flaky, tender pie crust. I'm just forming the dough into a nice flat disc so it'll be easy to roll out later. Now I'm going to place it in the refrigerator to chill for 2 hours. So now I'm going to take my chilled disc of dough and turn it onto a floured board to roll it out. You can roll it out between 2 pieces of parchment to make it easier to transfer to your pie plate. I have a piece of parchment dusted with a little flour here. I'm going to top it with another one. And now roll out our pie crust. Now I'm going to turn this into our lightly oiled pie plate. Press it in there. At this point, if you find that your crust has kind of softened to room temperature and it's tricky to work with, you can just refrigerate the whole thing and chill it, and it'll be a lot easier to work with. Keep in mind, the colder your pie crust is, the flakier it's going to get. And I'm just going to flute the edges by simply pinching them. And now I'm crumpling up a piece of parchment paper to make it a little softer. Press it down to the edges. Fill the whole thing with either pie weights or dried beans in this case. We're going to do what's called a blind bake on this pie crust, which means we're just going to bake it by itself, and we don't want it to bubble up on the bottom, so the beans will help to prevent that. Now we're going to bake our pie crust for 15 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. After 15 minutes, you can remove the beans or pie weights, your pie crust. And at this point, you're going to poke some fork holes on the bottom of your crust. Return the pie crust to the oven to bake for another 7 minutes. To make the filling, I'm going to beat together these 5 egg yolks. In a medium saucepan, I'm placing 1 1/3 cup of water, 1 cup of raw sugar, 1/3 cup of arrowroot flour, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 1/2 cup of lemon juice, and I'm going to warm this over medium heat. And it'll start to thicken up after about 5 or 6 minutes, so you'll want to make sure that you're whisking occasionally to prevent lumping. The egg yolk filling is beginning to thicken up, so at this point we're going to reduce the heat to low. I'm going to very gradually stream in the egg yolks. This is a very slow and gradual process. Be sure to whisk after each addition, adding like a teaspoon or 2 at a time. Once all of the egg yolk has been incorporated, you can turn the heat to medium and cook it until we get some nice big bubbles forming. Now add 2 tablespoons of butter into the egg yolk mixture. For the meringue, I've got 5 egg whites, 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and I'm going to beat this on medium speed for 1 minute. Now we're going to increase the speed to high and beat for 4 more minutes. Now we're adding 1/8 teaspoon of sea salt and 1/2 cup of raw sugar. And beat this for another 2 minutes at high speed. You want to reach the point where stiff peaks form. Now we're going to carefully pour the egg yolk mixture into the bottom of the pre-baked crust. And this is where timing is key with this pie, because you don't want your filling to cool off too much before putting it in the pie shell. And you want the pie shell to be a little bit warm as well. You're going to put the meringue topping on top of the egg yolk filling. This is the part where you really want to make sure you get the meringue to the edges. And I've reduced my oven temperature to 350 for baking the pie with the filling inside. I'm going to make a few little decorative swirls. Now we're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Cool the finished pie at room temperature for 1 hour and then place in the refrigerator to cool for 4 hours before serving. I hope you enjoyed making lemon meringue pie with me. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you find out about new videos when they get released. Let me know in the comments what your favorite dessert is. Follow me at Natural Kitchen School on Instagram for more healthy recipes. See you again soon!